And welcome back. Sitting here talking with Dr. Christine about all kinds of different stuff. But we kind of, this morning, I want to talk to you. Good morning, by the way.
Hello.
I want to talk to you. We're coming into the summer again, and I've spent about 30 summers out here, not including when I was a kid. So I'm relatively well prepared. When I get out in the car and we're going to Las Vegas or something, I make sure we got plenty of water, et cetera, because the temperatures just are outrageous
Absolutely.
very quickly. But there are people who are not familiar with the area. Maybe this is their first year here, and they're going to be out in the yard trying to work or whatnot, and all of a sudden they start feeling a little weird.
Right.
There can be some serious issues generated by this. Am I correct?
Oh, absolutely. And the thing is, there's a difference between heat, which we call heat stroke. You don't want to get to the heat stroke
Okay.
part, but we have this other place where there's early signs of it. And the key thing is, all of a sudden you're out there and you have been sweating up a storm, but now
Right.
all of a sudden you've stopped. Okay.
Oh,
The other part of it is sometimes some people will get very, very, very red.
yeah.
Like when it just had this red hue towards them. Other people will get very, very pale, and the whole idea is even your mental status is a little bit off. And basically, what's happening is you've gotten to that point of dehydration, and then usually the sodium goes down, okay, because of the fact that you've lost so much sweat, and you don't
Right.
realize it.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So, but the next step will be that you'll be unconscious. So if you're not hydrated and you don't stay in the shade, and even if you were in the shade, can you end up getting a heat stroke? Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
Because even if we're inside our house and we don't have air, I mean, again, can you end up getting into the place where it's to that point of can you get a heat stroke? And the
Right.
answer is yes. So you don't want to get to that level because then we have to start bringing the temperatures down.
Right. Right.
Okay, and
right.
there sometimes we tell people if you have a pool, go jump in the pool. If you have a sauna, don't jump in the sauna because that's usually very hot.
Right.
That's just going to make your temperature even score even
Right.
higher points. Okay.
I know that when we get, sometimes we come down off the hill, and it's been years since we've done this, we watch it now. We'll come down out of Kingman, and it's 110, 115 down here on the motorcycle.
Uh-huh.
By the time we get home, Lynn doesn't even, she takes off her helmet, walks out in the backyard, and jumps in the pool, clothes and
Right.
all.
Right.
Because or she puts her head under the sink
Right,
immediately
right, right.
because we're just burning up from that.
Right, absolutely. And then, we have lymph nodes on our neck, underneath our armpits, and our groin area. I mean, if you have ice available and you notice that your significant other or your child or whatever, go over there and start putting ice on them.
Oh, really?
Or put them in tepid water and put some ice packs. And the reason why is because this is the barrel
Right,
temperatures here,
right.
baroreceptors. It has our temperature guide because we want to bring that temperature back down. Because I mean, heck, there's people that can go over there and make a pizza in their car.
Right.
And
right.
that was the other thing. If you go over there and leave your car and you try to get inside your car
Uh-huh.
during that time,
Oh, forget
my
about
gosh,
it.
you're going to burn your hands.
Yeah.
You can get second-degree burns. The other thing is when people are walking to the mailbox, I can't believe this, and they're not really thinking that, well, it's just right in front of my house here, and then they are barefoot and they get second-degree burns.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
there's so many different things that can happen. But going back along with your saying, as far as when we're talking about heat stroke, and also, that little time span right before, it's just that heat exhaustion is what it's called. And the whole idea is that it's just because our temperature gauge has gone so high, there's lack of humidity here.
Right.
Okay. And the other part of it is you would think you would just continue to sweat, sweat, sweat. It's when the sweat has stopped.
Am I correct or incorrect in the assumption that even if you are, let's say, on a wave runner, jet ski, whatever it is, and you're not drinking a lot of water, even though you're in the water, you can still suffer the consequences of heat stroke?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
okay.
some people will go over there and if they have like diabetes or mostly the fact that they have diabetes, if their temperature gauge goes up and they haven't eaten because they're having way too much fun,
Right.
with the sport eating goods that they're doing,
Right.
then all of a sudden it's like, can they just keel over? And the answer is yes. Then you've got to decide, well, did this person had heat exhaustion,
Oh,
heat
my.
stroke? Did they have hypoglycemic, meaning
Right.
your blood sugar has gone down, or did this person have a stroke? Because they're going to be slurring. All of
Right,
a sudden you
right.
start noticing this person, and they are slurring. You can't tell the difference.
We got serious problems at that
Right.
point.
Right, exactly. But I mean, you can do the preventative means, and that means take those time out to either, like if you're in your house and you're doing your yard or whatever, just a small early morning,
Right.
late night, but usually it's early morning is better for us.
Right. Right.
And just realize that even for your pets, such a pet-friendly person.
Right.
Even for your pets, they can experience heat exhaustion, heat stroke as well. So you've got to make sure that your pet, and think about it, they have a coat on them, but their coat, it's not like our skin,
Right.
but their coat is to help keep their temperature at a much more regulated than us.
Right.
So that's the bad part.
Even people in boats. I mean, okay, I guess the thing for people to look for, people who've lived here and they've got their friends coming out and whatnot, and you're riding around in a boat or on a jet ski or something else. One of the things, start looking for the red face.
The red face, all of a sudden,
the
noticing
logginess.
that you're right, and also looking at the fact that they are no longer here. Watch them. I mean, you got to watch each other, especially when you're in a boat out there, because you have the reflection off the sun, and it's basically reflecting onto you. So it's like all these rays that are hitting you, and not
Yeah.
only you think, oh, this is great, I'm going to get the best tan in my life, but your temperature gauges is what we're getting concerned about.
Right.
And the part of it is you're no longer sweating. That's about the biggest key right there. There's something that's going on, or all of a sudden, you're just not, you're getting a little nauseated. Sometimes people will vomit, and you'll think, well, that's just too much beer. But just don't take things for granted.
Right.
And then if you put that one other component, well, are they drinking beer out there?
Right.
Or any sort of alcohol? And the answer is, I don't just want to pick on beer, but any kind of alcohol, yes, that can definitely add to another component to this, where you can become even more dehydrated that way. So by drinking and having like Gatorade, Pedialytes for the kids.
Anything with electrolytes, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Right. Some people will go over there and take salt tablet. Just like our athletes, when they're the football players, they'll have salt tablet. Just
Right.
And think about it with the horses, they have salt tablets out there.
Of course.
Okay.
Or salt licks out in the field. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just that you get an electrolyte
And
imbalance.
just see everybody running around out,
Licking-
coming off the river looking for a salt lick.
Can you imagine?
Maybe not, huh?
No, I don't think so. Excuse me. Instead of nitroglycerin or whatever.
Salt. See, and I did find out that lime flavored tequila and Gatorade is a good mix, and I felt pretty good.
Well, you know what? I wonder if you can make it is it like margarita?
No, it's just
You
lime
just do it like
flavored
that, you just do it
tequila
like that.
and some kind of Gatorade.
Well, it's good, but it can kind of like mess up your mind a little bit that you can't discover. Is the fogginess that person's having and the forgetfulness, is it tequila, or is it that you're beginning to get a little
That
bit of heat
could answer
exhaustion?
a few questions now that you put it like
right.
that.
But you want to catch it at heat exhaustion. You do not want to
Yeah.
have. Can you die from a heat stroke? The answer is
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
All kidding aside.
Right. No, literally. And you need, if you can't revive that person, honestly, they need to go to the ER. Okay.
If you can't revive them, they need to go to ER. Oh, you mean you can't get them awake and they're still living?
Right. They're still living. Well, no,
If you
they're
can't
still
revive you,
living.
you're dead. I'm going to send you to ER anyway. No, what?
No, I'm talking. I'm talking about
All these
to
terms
verify.
just confuse me, Doc.
No, I'm just talking about the heat exhaustion phase.
Okay. All right.
Okay, and you're saying it's okay to be a little bit nauseated, and you can catch yourself, pretty much at an easier thing.
Right.
The other thing is, some people like this heat, and then they go into the spa and they'll put it up to 103 degrees, and then you walk out of there and you're nauseated. I mean, that's a good example
Right.
of just trying to acclimate to what it's going to be like when it gets to 120.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, we all say it's dry humidity and whatever, and it's really not that bad. Once it passes 100, it doesn't matter.
Well, you're immersing yourself in water at 103 degrees. Your body temperature is considerably lower. It should
Exactly. Right.
be. So
Exactly.
you're just parboiling
Right.
yourself.
So you can get heat exhaustion just being in your spa because of the fact that you have, But during the summertime, I would kind of advise the people not to have it too hot in your spa, as they normally
And then
would during
jump
the
in
winter.
the pool afterwards.
Yes.
Cool down.
Yes.
Break down. You don't
Right.
want to. Yeah.
Right. Well, what I didn't know that
Or your neighbor's pool. It doesn't matter.
for whoever has a pool. Well, I thought I would do the tea plunge. I wanted
The
to do the
tea
Lipton,
plunge?
the Lipton tea plunge. Those of you that remember the Lipton tea commercial, right?
I don't watch television. I don't know
Oh,
what you're
okay.
talking about. Tell me about it.
Well, no, I was like one day I was in a sauna, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and my temperature I'm sure was like very, very high.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided, okay, I want to cool down, so I
Okay.
decided to jump into the pool and do this
Oh yeah. Refreshing.
like
thing,
refreshing thing. Well, now I know what a lobster feels like. Because I jumped in my pool and I didn't realize it was 120 degrees, outside. It was like the midsummer here.
Oh,
Did not. I
man.
was such a novice. I jumped in, and as I was going down into the pool, I said, I'm a lobster, because I was like screaming all the way down. I was trying to get down to the 6 foot level
To get some
so I
cold
could get some
water?
cold water.
Yeah.
And then I just stayed down there, and I was thinking to myself, I have to, I have to swim back up,
Oh my.
in order to get out of the pool.
Yeah.
As I'm no longer having enough breath. So when I went up there, I did not realize pool water, okay, during the summer can get that hot.
Oh, absolutely.
I never had a pool in my life, and all of a
Oh,
sudden
okay.
I finally got one, and I didn't know
Got
that.
yourself a cement pond.
I know what happened here. I said, this is not the river. It's not a flowing object.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, I know you can heat your pools, but you can't put air conditioning in your pool.
Well, if you circulate the water, so to speak, if you've got a fountain or something like that, it will help aerate it with
okay.
the evaporation on it, chlorine and everything else. It's a real pain, so
Right,
it's better
right,
just
right.
go take a cold shower.
Okay, in that case, what the heck? And what are you talking about? Water? What are you talking about?
I'm
You
talking
try
about
taking a
water.
shower.
Yes.
I mean, have you ever tried putting your cool when it's really
Oh,
hot?
for days it takes to get down to cold. Yeah.
I know. What the heck? I said, okay, I'm going to go take a shower, and here I go. Whoa,
and
it's
you're
like
just waiting and
right,
waiting and waiting.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Well, you had one hell of a day then, didn't you?
I know. I said, well, I just had to learn Arizona
Yeah.
because I had come from the north, and when I came down here and in the south, it's like, wow, I'm going to bake.
That's why the doctor now has a walk-in freezer.
That's right. It's the only way I'm safe.
Be careful with this. That's what we're saying. Bottom line, you use your own judgment, but obviously we've given you enough tips to keep you safe through the summer. Doc, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Good seeing you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All wellness, ladies and gentlemen, on the Parkway. Dr. Christina with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it. If you have any questions, you can give the doctor a call. Go up there and see her and get all checked out and make sure you're ready for summer. It's kind of like making sure your car is ready for a long trip or your boat's ready for the lake. You need to be ready for summer. We'll be back with more of the morning show right after this.